What'd you got there?
A personal watermelon. How much do you guess this is?
10 bucks. 20 bucks.
Yeah, this is meant for kings up here, apparently.
What would you expect to pay for this in the northernmost city in the United States? Am I reading that right? So that's why this is the one thing that is left, because no one's crazy enough to pay that price.
How much is this 6-pack of toilet paper?
Whoa, that's a lot of money to wipe your bum. No dancing allowed in the store.
That's for free, y'all.
Well, good morning, adventurers.
Good morning.
And welcome to the town of Utqiagvik, also known as Barrow, Alaska. This is actually the most northern town in all of America. Because of that, it is very hard to get goods and freight into this town. So as you can imagine, the prices are pretty high. And in fact, I think we might have found what just might be the most expensive grocery store in all of America.
Actually, we have been to about 50 countries total in our travels, and it might be the most expensive grocery store we have seen in all of the world.
Wait till you guys see some of the prices for everyday items. It basically makes Whole Foods look like a discount grocery store. And it's not just that, they're actually really highly rated restaurants in the town, and we want to see how those prices match up to what you're going to pay at the grocery store.
Get ready for the most intense grocery store sticker shock you've ever felt. Let's go shopping and get out of this dang cold.
Yeah, it's brutal out here, you guys, well below freezing.
The wind chill is 13 right now, maybe 10.
My poor hand is so numb.
Well, somebody didn't want to buy gloves.
Yeah, big mistake. Maybe I'll get some at the grocery store. Let's start things off with the kombucha. So this kombucha is $12.60 for this one bottle. I mean, kombucha can be expensive, but it's usually like $4 maybe?
Yeah, 4 max.
Yeah, so
maybe.
this is like 3 times the typical price of kombucha. Did you see this one?
Oh no.
This is organic suja juice. This is $24.79. Wow, that is crazy. Hey, what do you reckon this chicken noodle soup would cost down south?
Oh, I would think like $1.50 maybe,
really?
something like that.
So I mean, technically, that's like 5 times the price.
Soup seems to be very expensive. I mean, the fancier Progresso ones, 10 bucks a pop.
Whoa, $10.
Yeah, I feel like when I go to the grocery store, I always get soup because it's such a cheap meal option. But here, it's like as expensive as an entire takeout meal.
They don't have much of a meat selection because I don't know if they just haven't gotten any in a while. This is a 4-pack of pork chops. 10 bucks. I mean, that's pretty reasonable.
That doesn't seem so bad, yeah.
And the ground pork's about 9-10 bucks. Meat actually is pretty on par. So for some reason, juices seem to be the high dollar item. So this one is $18.49 for standard orange juice.
Wow.
Then you've got some apple juice, $17.39. This big old boy here of orange juice, high pulp, 30 bucks. Wow. I mean, it's a lot of orange juice, but is it $30 worth of orange juice? So meat's cheaper than juice.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Very interesting to see what is really high and what's kind of normal priced. Thank you so much.
See you guys.
Bye.
We just ran into a couple viewers.
That's cool. Even way up here, people still find us interesting. I don't know why, but here we are.
Hey, do you know what you call cheese that isn't yours?
Yes. Nacho cheese.
It's nacho cheese.
Is there any child out there that doesn't know that? Or anybody our age?
I made that up.
Oh.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Eric original.
Yeah, everyone's been stealing it from me all these years. Give me that, it's not Joe's.
So this is an item that we purchase pretty much every time we go to the store down in Texas.
Actually, this exact flavor we love.
This is the best one. If you guys haven't tried this, it's delicious. We're gonna play Guess the Price. Down in Texas, we would pay probably 5 to 7 USD depending on the grocery store.
But how much does it cost up here at the top of the world? Can drum roll?
It is a whopping $19.99.
Whoa.
20 bucks for this.
Holy cow.
I guess we'll be sticking with tap water up here.
Man, it is so weird what is outrageously expensive, like 5 times markup, and what's pretty comparable. I mean, a dozen eggs, $6.99? I mean, that's maybe like double what you would pay down in Texas, right?
Yeah, I guess
that's not so bad.
No.
For some reason, fresh items like this I expected to be really expensive, but so far meat and eggs have been kind of the least expensive things. One thing you notice pretty quickly in the store is that a lot of the shelves are completely empty. I know the only way to get stuff here is by plane, and I'm not sure how often those planes come in, but I mean, I guess you're kind of stuck with what you get.
There's a lot of empty spaces on these shelves though. I mean, do they ever fill up? It's wild. Well, we wanted to see how much milk would cost, but they don't have any. They do seem to have plenty of almond milk though. Dark chocolate variety. They got caramel apple almond latte. Whoa.
Right.
Even though they have this, I don't know how often it's being purchased because it is $17.79.
Whoa.
That's a lot.
We buy this also pretty much every time we go to the store for about $4 maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe less even.
We actually usually do this Blue Diamond Almond Breeze, and that's $12.99. Wow.
So they might not have any milk in stock right now, but I guess it is typically around $8. So cow milk is the way to go. Screw almond milk. That's way too fancy.
Yeah.
Organic syrup. I mean, there's a lot of it here and it's organic, but whoa, $47.49. This is probably the fanciest cereal here and also the thinnest box. This is $23.29. But then you got Trusty Tony the Tiger for $12, so pretty dang high. I'd say probably 3 or 4 times what you would typically pay, huh?
My God, maybe even more than that. That's wild.
This is the drink section and it is slim pickings here, but there is one thing that has survived. Check this out. In the middle of this nothing, there is a 12-pack of Liquid Death berry flavored water. We should definitely play guess the price here. What would you expect to pay for this in the northernmost city in the United States? Am I reading that right? This is $40.
$39.99.
Oh, sorry, $39.99. So that's why this is the one thing that is left. Because no one's crazy enough to pay that price. Wow. That might be the most marked up thing in here. That's nuts.
I feel like you'd have to get that for somebody for their birthday or something, a special occasion.
Yeah, but it's too expensive. They wouldn't want to drink it. They just cherish it forever. We're in the produce section now, and the prices really aren't astronomical considering it's all fresh stuff. But the real problem is they just don't have that much selection because they just don't have that much in stock. Stick to fresh stuff if you're going to shop here, huh?
Yeah,
crazy.
Fresh stuff and meat, and that's about it.
They have way more than just food here though. You can buy full-on furniture here. They have a whole clothing section that has a bunch of other household items. They even have like washers and dryers that you can buy. I really can't tell if the prices are too high on that stuff because it's not something I normally look at the grocery store, so
yeah, we don't buy too many appliances living in an RV, so I don't know. I'm very impressed with the selection though. I didn't even expect them to have a full-on grocery store or supermarket up here.
Just considering how remote it is,
yeah.
You know?
So at least you know that you can get everything you need here, even though it might break the bank, but it's here.
Did you notice that they're just playing the Halloween theme music in the background?
Yeah, it's a bit spooky, man. If the lights go out in here, I'm freaking out.
Yeah, it's just playing on a loop. They don't even have that many Halloween decorations, but that makes a kind of creepy atmosphere.
It's because the prices are so shocking.
But whatever you do, stay away from the pistachios. I mean, these are typically pretty expensive, but whoa, $30 for this bag of pistachios. It's a shame because I really want them. I love pistachios.
I know. We'll get you some tomorrow when we're not at the top of the world, when
Sounds
we're
good.
at the bottom of the world.
So it turns out mayonnaise is a high dollar item, $23.79, but apparently they're having a sale, $15. It's funny how you get used to these really high prices. This ends up looking affordable for a regular old jar of mayo.
One great thing about this grocery store though is that they have a coffee shop inside. As you guys might have seen in our last video, we tried the other coffee shop in town and it was not good.
Yeah, sadly.
But this 16-ounce iced latte set us back $8 a pop. I feel like it's not too far off. Usually like a fancy one, sometimes they're up as high as $6 or something like that, $5.50. And it's surprisingly delicious.
The lady seemed a little shocked that we ordered iced lattes. I don't think that's common.
No.
Considering it's a freaking tundra outside.
That's fine. It's gonna make me stronger ultimately.
So you can freeze on the inside and the outside.
Yeah.
Got it. There is actually another grocery in town. We came to the Alaska Commercial Company, which is just near the airport. It is a much nicer experience. I mean, the building itself just looks really nice. And then when you walk in, you notice the shelves are very, very stocked here. The prices seem to be much, much cheaper here. Like some of the things here, like half the price that they were at the other store. Don't get me wrong, they're still high, and that makes sense considering where we are, but this is definitely the store to come. one thing is for certain, they have a heck of a lot more in stock at this store. It's not filled with a bunch of empty shelves like the other one is. What you got there?
A personal watermelon. How much do you guess this is?
I have no idea.
Take a stab.
10 bucks. 20 bucks.
23 something.
Wow.
And some change.
That is an expensive little watermelon.
Whoa, fruit. Okay, so what I'm realizing is you probably wouldn't do a lot of snacking up here. It's just a little too expensive.
Yeah.
Stick to like the cheapest fruits and veggies and some meat, I guess. And ramen, lots of ramen.
It's funny, that ends up being like $1 or $1.50 per bite if you cut it up into cubes.
Yeah, this is meant for kings up here, apparently.
You guys, we just chatted with the owner. He actually stopped us. He was like, what are you guys filming for? And we were saying, oh, we're actually just trying to show how much cheaper your prices are here.
Yeah. He's like, don't make me look bad. And we're like, don't have any worries about that because you look great compared to the other supermarket.
Yeah, but he was actually saying how they never know when the freight's gonna come in. It's like a crapshoot. Like sometimes they'll get a bunch and then they'll go weeks without getting any. So that's why the other store has a bunch of empty shelves. And here he's trying to make sure he doesn't have empty shelves like that, you know?
All right, now let's play Guess the Price. How much is this 6-pack of toilet paper?
And keep in mind, this is the cheaper store. If you guess $15, you'd be wrong. It's about $20. Whoa, that's a lot of money to wipe your bum.
Yeah, and you gotta wipe your bum a lot in life, so that's a lot of money.
No dancing allowed in the store.
That's for free, y'all.
You can always count on trusty top ramen though. It's only $1.29 here, which is pretty dang reasonable, I think.
Yeah.
Ramen, cheap anywhere you go in the entire planet. Back out into the tundra.
Oh, I hate it. Oh, sun maybe though.
Oh, you guys, the weather has turned a bit. We see blue sky. I can't believe it. So, believe it or not, there are actually a bunch of highly rated restaurants in this town. It has a couple pizza places, there's a Thai food restaurant, they even have a sushi restaurant, but for some reason it's been closed every time we try to go to it. But we are currently in the mood for Mexican, so we are gonna go check out the prices at Cruz's Mexican Grill. So let's take a little peek at the menu here. So, the thing we typically get is probably fajitas. It's a whopping 25 bucks a piece, which is pretty high.
I feel like back home you'd pay probably 15, in a big city maybe 18.
Yeah. Oh, did you see over here, chips and salsa, 13 bucks. You know what that usually costs?
It's probably like $5.
No, it's free.
Maybe, oh yeah, it usually comes free, but.
So this is probably the highest dollar thing on the menu. This is a steak and shrimps, 60 bucks. So yeah, I guess steak is a little harder to come by here than chicken.
All right, Mexican food has been acquired. So 2 chicken fajitas, a side of chips and salsa cost us a whopping 63 USD, which is pretty high, but maybe not terrible. It's yet to be seen how much food is in all of this, so we'll see. The interesting things we've realized, most restaurants are takeaway only, this one included.
And this guy's picking up a delivery right now, so cab drivers apparently deliver food.
It seems like that is the way to do it, which is maybe the way we should have done it because it's so chilly.
Well, our hotel is just right over there, but.
So it's easy enough, but another interesting thing is that what you see is exactly what you pay. They don't charge any extra taxes or anything like that. So $25, it means you pay $25.
But yeah, it's just a really unassuming place. You walk in, it's one room and they have all these decorations up for Halloween, like completely decked out.
Yeah.
It's pretty great. All right, let's go to our hotel.
Yes, please, before these turn into ice cubes. Okay, let's see what $25 fajitas at the top of the world get ya. Ta-da!
Well, it's smaller than I would have thought, actually.
Yeah, I feel like fajitas are usually maybe twice that size.
Well, the other night we got Thai food and it was like twice as much food as this for the same price.
So at the Thai food split place.
Try that again.
Maybe split your dinner at the Thai food place, but get your own dinner at the Mexican restaurant.
We have a rental car up here and we are doing our very first and probably only fill up. We're just sitting here because we don't know if it's the type of place where they pump it for you or if you pump it yourself. Well, there's a guy in an orange vest that looks official. But the real question is, what is the price?
It should be $6 something a gallon because they said if we don't fill up, they charge us $9.50 a gallon.
Yeah, so over $6 a gallon up here.
But the town is so small, just a few miles by a few miles, so you're not going to use much fuel.
Yeah, but what is nuts is that a lot of people do keep their cars running when they go in to eat breakfast. When they go to the store, you'll see half the cars in the parking lot will be running because they don't want it to cool down. Okay, well, that guy in the orange is just driving away, so maybe we do pump our own.
All right,
okay.
Here I go.
What did he say in there?
Well, I think we misunderstood something, but he's being very nice, and he's just letting me pump and pay afterward. I think there was some machine that we missed somewhere that we're supposed to prepay on. Oh my gosh, it's so cold on my hand.
Yeah, this is brutal. Okay, so we were wrong. We finally found the price listed here on the pump, and it's just about $7 per gallon. Whoa. Oh. Well, we returned our rental car, and Allison had this bright idea to walk to the pizza place down the road.
It's less than a mile, but you guys, it's just like ice pellets now.
Yeah, it's brutal.
It's really bad out here. The sun was just coming out, and now it has gotten angry. Oh. It's like somebody throwing wax in your face.
Ow.
These chunks of ice. Oh my God, they're like little stones.
Okay, just gotta get there. We made it, it does exist. Mario's Pizza. Go inside quickly before I freeze to death. We have arrived at Mario's Pizza, and like most of the places in town, it's not really gonna have many frills, but what makes this place special is that it has indoor seating. So we don't have to get our pizza to go and then walk back through the frozen tundra. I never wanna do that again, that was pretty brutal.
Sorry, my bad. I thought it'd be fun. Don't you feel stronger for it?
I don't.
You earned your pizza.
But we are ready to play our final game of Guess the Price. So what would you guess that a large one-topping pepperoni pizza costs at the top of the world? It's actually only 25 bucks. It's 16-inch. That's not so bad. Yeah. I mean, they have some expensive ones on here, like they have this Mamma Mia one that has a bunch of stuff on it for 40 bucks, so the price can get pretty high, but that is pretty respectable.
Pretty comparable to a large city, I'd say.
Yeah. Dude, if I lived here, this is where I'd be going. You know, we were just talking to the gentleman up front, and he told us that they have caught a few whales over the last week, and those big red spots we saw in our previous video out in the middle of nowhere, outside of town, those were where they cut up the whale, and they break it down into pieces and then distribute it, and they have a certain quota that each village can get every year, and if some of them don't get it, then they kind of share it amongst the different tribes and villages. Pretty crazy stuff. Whale pizza's arrived, and it's more beautiful than I ever thought it would be, and much larger than, I mean, it said 16 inches, but it seems a lot bigger.
I thought you would have been able to extrapolate that 16 inches.
What are you referencing right now?
Pizza, you eat a lot of pizza.
Oh. So we went with pepperoni, spinach, and pineapple, and it looks freaking delicious. They baked it up fresh for us, and oh my God. Ooh, nice and thin, baked to perfection, and it's about to be eaten to perfection. Oh, it's hot. Ah!
You burn the top of your mouth?
Wait a minute.
I was gonna warn you, but then I thought, you're almost 40, you know what you're doing.
I'm just so cold, I thought I would like it to be hot. It is absolutely delicious. You know what I love is it's very saucy. It's got a really fresh tomato sauce taste to it. The cheese is delicious. There's still a bit of like doughiness to the crust there, but it's super thin, so it's really crunchy on the bottom. I was really not expecting much, you guys. And even from the pictures, it didn't look like it would be all that good, but this is a delicious pizza. Ah! The cheese is still molten though, so watch out.
Did you not literally just learn your lesson?
I never learned. And just like that, our time up here in Barrow is coming to an end.
It's over. We are leaving the cold frozen tundra to the almost just as cold not tundra of Anchorage.
Very eloquent.
Yeah.
But we did have a blast exploring this part of the world. Definitely unlike any place we've ever been before. I know to some of you probably think, oh man, this place looks really sparse and bleak and frozen, and why would you ever go there? But I think it is worth a visit. First off, it's cool just being in the northernmost city in the USA. And it's just a different way of life here, you know, just seeing how the locals live and then experiencing the Arctic coast. pretty freaking cool.
We've been to a lot of cold beaches in our lives, but never tundra beaches.
Yeah, if you missed the video where we explored the town a bit more, you can check that out. We'll have that linked in the description below and all that stuff. But yeah, this flight is almost about ready to take off, and yeah, we're pretty ready for warmer weather now, so.
Very, very ready. Goodbye, adventurers.
We'll see you on the road.